Okay, quick. What watch brand do you think of when I use the words nostalgic? Tons of features, crazy affordable, resin. Wait. Oh, yeah. I remember you told me. Hold on. Don't tell me. Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, come on. Yeah, you can. Oh, seriously. We went over this like 10 times. It's Casio. Oh, I thought you were about to blow a gasket there. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Aren't those the guys that make, like, calculators and keyboards and stuff? I need a drink. Hello, everybody, and welcome. So, pretty much everybody has heard of Casio watches, right? Right. Well, and if you haven't, I'm not quite sure where you've been for the last, 30, 40 years. Anyway, so, as you know, Casio is pretty much the apex predator when it comes to creating nostalgic, well-built, and feature-packed watches, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, seriously. Nobody can make resin look as awesome as Casio does. Exactly. So, what I've done is I've put together a list of 10 of Casio's best watches. Well, they're the best watches that I think they have for 2024. Now, it's probably more like 9 Casios and 1 G-Shock, but you get the picture. So, before we get going, one quick disclaimer. I am an affiliate of Amazon, and the links that you see provided below in the description are affiliate links to Amazon for these watches. And if you do purchase one of the watches from the links in the description, I do get a very small commission from that particular sale of that watch. Now, it doesn't affect the price that you're paying on the watch, but it sure does help me out a lot. So if you do consider buying one of these watches, please consider using one of my links in the description below. All right, now that we got all that disclaimer stuff out of the way, why don't you go grab a drink or a snack or whatever it is that you want to do right now and sit back and relax, and let's take a look at these top 10 watches from Casio. All right, so let's go ahead and get things started off with 3 Casio dress watches. That's right, dress watches, because occasionally you might have to go somewhere where you need to dress up and a standard Casio watch just doesn't really fit the bill. I don't know, a fancy birthday, a wedding, an anniversary, you figure it out. Anyway, here are 3 really nice dressy Casio watches that you can get all for $100. The first one is the MTP-B145. Now, in looking at this watch, you may notice it kind of gives off a little bit of a vibe of another watch you might have seen somewhere from a Swiss watchmaker, very recently, super popular. Ringing any bells? Okay, it looks kind of like the Tissot PRX, don't you think? Except the Tissot PRX in quartz comes in at about $400, whereas this Casio, which is also quartz, comes in for about a quarter of the price at $95. So there's already a huge difference there. Now, I am in no way saying that these 2 watches are absolutely compatible. Obviously, the Tissot PRX, superior in design and quality and all of that other stuff that goes into justifying $400 for a watch. But if none of that is super duper important to you and you're really just looking for a really kind of a basic dress watch to get you by, take a look at this Casio MTPB 145. It's fantastic. It has the Tissot PRX5. It comes in a ton of different colorways. I chose Tiffany because that seems to be the really popular color right now. It has the same kind of fit and finish that a Tissot PRX would, but not for that type of a price. So you got a 35 millimeter case diameter, and I believe it's a 40 millimeter lug to lug, which is pretty much the same dimensions as the Tissot PRX. But again, for $95. That might be something to consider. Why don't you check that one out? All right, so our next dress watch is the Casio AQ230A. Now, I don't know about you, but this really kind of gives off a really vintage 1980s vibe, digital Annie watch. I'm not sure about you, but really great watch, really awesome design, very, very dressy, perfect for like an office or any type of maybe a little more formal event, I would say. It comes on a watch band versus a watch strap or a bracelet. So you can replace the watch band if you want to. I would. I'm not a real big fan of watch bands, but you're getting a whole lot of watch here. Now, it does look like it's a stainless steel case, but it is actually a stainless steel coated resin case. Again, this comes in some different colorways that you can pick from, and it does have the digital display at the bottom, which you can use for another time zone. So you can set two different time zones, one on the analog portion and one on the digital portion. It also comes with a full calendar that you can use, has daily alarms on it, and you're getting all of this here for around $69. I mean, that's great. Very thin, very, just overall, I really like this watch. It just really kind of spoke to me and said, this is a nice, good dress watch to have. Tons of vintage vibes on that. Something that you might want to consider. Again, 69 bucks, you're not out a whole lot, and it's a really nice looking dress watch. All right, so here is our third and final dress watch that we're going to be covering today. It is the MTP 1302. Now, you will notice this watch gives off serious Rolex Datejust vibes, and this watch has been crazy popular since it came out. Now, if you want to get it in the Tiffany dial, this thing's going to probably cost you around $75, but they have other colorways that you can pick from as well for as little as $49. And you're getting a whole lot of Rolex Datejust vibes on a serious budget. You're getting the fluted bezel, you're getting the really nice looking kind of straight up dial that just has a nice sunburst effect, you're getting the date, you're getting a nice three-hander, stainless steel bracelet, and you're getting Casio quality and pretty much reliability that they are just absolutely known for, all on a serious budget. And how can you beat that, right? Right. Anyway, there are the three watches that I've picked for the dress category. Now we're going to move on and we're going to take a look at the sports watches, and that's where things get really fun and really interesting. All right, now we get to the fun watches, right? This is what I really think Casio is known for. So the first watch we're taking a look at right here is none other than the MRW200H. That's right. This is a dive style looking watch. Really great daily wear beater watch that you can wear on the weekends, just whenever. It is $22. And what are you getting for $22? It's completely resin. The whole thing is resin. Now, it is just a standard three-hander, and it does have a date function, but the dial is very legible, easy to read. Numbers are super easy to read at a glance, and underneath the numbers, you do have a 24-hour ring. That's pretty fantastic if you're looking for something like that. Nice little touch there. Lume is kind of so-so on this, but then again, it's pretty much like that on most Casio watches. But what do you expect for 22 bucks, right? Yeah, comes in a ton of different colors. You got 100 meters of water resistance. You have a 45 millimeter case diameter and a 48 millimeter lug to lug. So it's going to be super easy, super legible to read, all of that stuff. And again, you can just wear this thing around, you can beat it up, you got a mineral crystal on it, all of this for 22 bucks. What else could you ask for? If you don't have one of these, you probably should go out and get one just to throw it in your collection to have, right? All right. Well, let's take a look at the next watch. All right. Now we have the SGW100B. That's this bad boy right here. This is a fantastic watch. This is from Casio's standard line, but it has twin sensors. That's right. You get a compass and a thermometer, all for 40 bucks. Well, it's more like 42, but you get the picture. Now, this thing is packed with all kinds of features. You have world time, you have stopwatch, you've got 5 alarms, you've got a countdown timer. This is just really a great watch overall. And this particular model right here comes on this really cool looking nylon band. It is just great. And if you're one of those people that's going out, you know, maybe kind of recreationally hiking or camping, and you just kind of want to feel like you want to have a little bit of extra, I don't know, bling to add to your kit, you might want to pick one of these guys up. This is just fantastic. You even have 200 meters of water resistance on this watch. I mean, what else could you ask for? And let's not forget the twin sensors. That's right. You get both temperature and compass at the touch of a button. Really, all you have to do is you press the compass button right here, and it'll tell you the direction that you are at, and it'll also give you the temperature. What more could you ask for? And all for 42 bucks? I mean, come on. This is a no-brainer. All right, so this next watch is really kind of geared more towards your water sports enthusiast, but you can also use it if you're kind of a, I don't know, an astronomy geek and you really like looking at stars and moon and stuff like that. This is the WS1700H. And this watch is really fantastic. It's packed with tons of features. And if you just kind of look at the watch design itself, super rugged looking, super utilitarian. You've got access to all kinds of features on this watch. You have a world time. You have your stopwatch. You have a 3 alarms. You've got a calendar. And let's not forget, you have a moon phase and a tide graph. That's right. Now, it is only 100 meters of water resistance, but really when you kind of put that into perspective, 100 meters is about 300 or so feet. And I don't know many people that are just diving 300 feet underwater just recreationally. Okay, I take that back. There are some people who do recreational diving, yes, but I don't think you would pick this watch for that. Anyway, comes in a bunch of different colors. You've got this kind of a desert tan, you have a gray, you have this black, really a nice looking watch overall. It's just fantastic looking, and I think it's really great for the price that you're paying for it. You can pick one of these up for around $36 on Amazon right now. Does have an amber backlight, really cool. You can set the timeout on that thing. So again, 36 bucks and you're getting all of this, and you get a really nice watch that you can take to the beach, or again, you can kind of take it, you know, out looking at stars or the moon or whatever you want to use it for, or even just walk around with it and look really cool wearing it, right? Right. Let's take a look at the next one. All right, so this next watch I think you're really gonna like. I really do like this. Now, and I know this is kind of a polarizing watch to some people. Some people think it looks really ugly, and other people think it looks really cool. I'm in the camp that says I think this watch is really cool looking. I'm talking to you about the Casio DW291H. That's this guy right here. This is such a cool looking watch. 50 millimeter case diameter, 50 millimeter lug to lug. It's like wearing a big, huge square right on your wrist. You have 200 meters of water resistance on this thing. Now, what are you getting on this watch? Well, let me tell you. You're getting world time on this watch. You're getting a stopwatch. You're getting a countdown timer. This thing is absolutely great. And did I mention 200 meters of water resistance? Let me say it again because I think you need to hear it. 200 meters of water resistance. This is fantastic. This watch just totally gives off a really rugged G-Shock type of a vibe. And I'll tell you, the pushers on this watch, they kind of give off this kind of like, you know, like on those electric transformers, those bushings? Yeah, like that. Very kind of almost well, I almost say Frankenstein look to it, but it's just really cool. And you can pick one of these guys up for around 32 bucks on Amazon right now. And these come in several different colorways as well. So you can knock yourself out and go crazy with a watch like this. These are fantastic. I can't say enough good things about them. You should go pick one up for yourself right now. All right, and speaking of G-Shock, what list of Casio watches would be complete without the DW5600E? That's right, this is the G-Shock that started it all. This is the G-Shock that took a slap shot back in 1984 from a hockey player. You can still pick up this G-Shock for around $49, so just under 50 bucks. Man, that is a fantastic deal. You're getting the standard 200 meters of water resistance. You're getting the cool looking electroluminescent blue-green backlight that this thing has. It has just your standard time, and it has a stopwatch on it, and it also has a multifunction alarm with a vibration and a flash on it. So if you don't want to use the standard alarm, it'll vibrate and flash just to let you know that the timer is going off or that your alarm has gone off. This is fantastic. This is the watch that started G-Shock right here. Still, they are making this thing right now and cranking them out. And you can pick one of these up for around 50 bucks. So I don't see what you're waiting for on this. Okay, so next up is another watch. This watch I also personally own, and I cannot recommend this watch enough. I really like it. I really like all of my Casios, honestly, but I really like this one too. And this is the AE1200, the Casio Royale. Look at that thing. That thing is awesome looking. I just love the case design. I just love everything about it. It just has spy tech written all over it. That's what I think anyway. Speaking of spy tech, the reason it's called the Royale was because it closely resembled the Seiko watch that Roger Moore wore in the James Bond movies. So it kind of picked up the name Royale. He never really wore the Casio, but it just kind of looks like it. But you're getting a ton of features on this watch. You're getting world time, you're getting a stopwatch, you're getting a countdown timer, obviously your calendar. You have 100 meters of water resistance. This thing has dual LED, not dual LED, but it has dual amber backlights on that. This is just really a great watch, and you're getting this for 20 bucks. Let's not forget, it's got that really cool looking map right up there. That is just totally awesome. I love it. And then if you change time zones, you'll see the time zone that you're in, and over here up on this corner you'll see your home time zone, so you can see both time zones at the same time. That is just so cool. All for 20 bucks? Come on. This is a great value. Oh, and let's not forget the modding community that's around this AE1200. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff with these AE1200s. Just go take a look at skxmod.com. You're going to find tons of mods you can do for these watches. It's just fantastic. All right, so last but not least on the Casios, I think are the best bargains and the best buys in 2024 and are all under $100. This one is one of my personal favorites. This was given to me as a Christmas gift. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I know you're going to love this watch too. It is just all over the internet. They are still making this thing and they are still cranking it out. I am talking to you about the Casio MDV106, the Duro. This thing is so awesome. This is a big monster of a dive watch. You have the unidirectional 120 click bezel. You've got the 200 meters water resistance. You've got a screw down crown. The case is polished. You have an etching of a marlin on the back of the case, which is a screw down case as well. The dial on this watch is just so cool. It's got this really cool sunburst effect. And honestly, this thing comes in tons of different colorways. They also make it now on a stainless steel bracelet. So if you don't like the resin it comes on, you can get it in the stainless steel bracelet. And if you don't like either of those, go out and buy watch straps for this thing and change it up. This watch is awesome. And you can get watches like this for this MDV 106. You can pick these up on Amazon for around 49 to 50 bucks. It's fantastic. And again, this is another watch that has a pretty good modding community around it. You can do things like change out the sapphire crystal. You can put a different crystal on it, make it a double dome sapphire, maybe with some AR undercoating, make it look really tough. I've seen people even inject oil, machine oil, into these things and cap them back up, take out the air bubble, and they can get these guys down to even farther than 200 meters, and they're still working. These watches are just fantastic. If I don't recommend any other watch to you, or if rather I should say, if you don't like any other watch on this list, you gotta like this one. This one is absolutely the best out of all of them. Seriously, if I had to trade in my whole collection or give it all away and only keep one, I'd keep this one right here. Yep, that's it. All right, guys, well, there you have it. There are 10 Casio watches, 9 standard and 1 G-Shock that you can pick up on Amazon right now, all for under $100 each. These fantastic buys, right? And believe me, I love Casio watches. These are all the Casios I own, 6 right now. And I know there's people out there that own tons more than I do that put me to shame. But I love these Casios. These are fantastic and you can't beat them. So if you're getting into watch collecting or you want another watch for yourself, definitely consider a Casio. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching today. If you have a moment, please consider leaving a like and subscribe for more content like this. And if you want to pick up some of those watches below, just check out the links in the description. And if I have you for another minute and you're looking for some more on Casio, why don't you check out this playlist over here? Thanks again for watching.